welcome to Core Power. This program is solely dedicated to the core and it's dedicated to giving you quick little workouts as well. Now, before we move on to the workouts, I want to make sure that I do point something out, okay? Now, if you want to go ahead and skip on to the workout, feel free to. This intro might be a little bit long, but go ahead and skip if you want. But I want to make this point real quick. When a lot of people talk about the core, they immediately think abs. However, there are so many more muscles that actually go into the core. So even though, yes, a lot of the moves are primarily going to focus on the abs that we do, there are going to be moves that will focus on other parts of the body too, because those muscles are included in the core. So if you ever see something and you're like, wait, why are we doing this move? Probably because the move involves a muscle group that is actually part of your core, even though it may not be your abs, okay? But with that being said, let's go ahead, let's hop into our very first workout, which will be core strength. What is up and welcome to Core Strength. This is your first workout with Core Power. I'm so excited that you're here. Now, before we dive into the actual workout itself, I do want to let you know that you will need weights, okay? You're only really going to need to use one for just a few exercises. I do have mediums and I have heavy, so I'm going to play around and see which one works best for me. If you know that there's a certain weight that works best for you and it's going to be like your go-to, go ahead and grab that weight or have some options on hand. Just make sure that they're out of the way so that you can easily grab them, but they're not going to get in the way to where you could risk injury, okay? So for today's workout, we actually have 3 rounds, okay? The first 2 rounds are going to look very similar, okay? They're going to be the exact same. We're repeating each round only once, okay? All 3 rounds, just once, okay? Round 1 and round 2 have 3 moves in them, okay? Now these moves are 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, okay? So you do the move for 45 seconds, you get a 15-second break, then you move on to the next one. You'll get a bigger break between round 1 and round 2, and then you'll get a bigger break between round 2 and round 3. Now round 3 is your push round. There are only 2 moves during this round, however, they are 60 seconds long, okay? And these moves are complex moves, meaning there are 2 different moves getting combined, okay? But with that being said, let's go ahead. Round 1, your very first move is going to be a plank pull. Now, before we go on, I want to point out in Core Power, you do not have a warm-up. So if you feel like you need to go ahead and warm up, please go ahead and warm up. Get that done and out of the way. But here we're going to jump right on into it, okay? So move 1 is a plank pull. So you're actually going to grab a weight for this, just one, okay? So you're going to be in a high plank, okay? I'm going to come back here. I'm going to show you back here. High plank, form for that real quick. Hands underneath your shoulders. You're coming up and you're trying to keep your feet close together if possible. If you start to notice that your hips are wibble wobbling, go ahead and step out for a wider stance. That gives you more stability. But high plank, you're coming in, core is tight. Your gaze is about 3 to 5 inches in front of your hands. All right, everything is straight. You're engaging your glutes, you're engaging your core, okay? Now, for a plank pull, you're coming into that high plank. Don't worry, I will always show modifications when we're actually doing the moves, okay? So for a plank pull, you're actually gonna start with the weight on the outside. All you're gonna do, keeping this plank position, you're pulling one side to the other without lifting your hips or letting them sink, okay? Then we will have a weighted reverse crunch. I will show you when it comes time for that. Then we will have a walk up and lower down, okay? But with that being said, go ahead, grab your weights, get set up, get ready. We're almost about to start, okay? We have less than 20 seconds before we start. So I'm using a medium weight for this. Again, remember, you're only doing this for 45 seconds. You're only doing it once, okay? During the 15-second break, I'm gonna go over quickly the next one, and then I'll tell you to jump in, okay? Go ahead and get set up for me. I want you to be with your hands underneath your shoulders. I will show modification after I show full out. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Engage that core as you pull. Don't let your hips swing. Just like that. There you go. There you go. Keep going. 45 seconds right here. Now, modification. Let me show you real quick. You're gonna come down to your knees, okay? You're still doing everything else with the form, okay? Your gaze is 3 to 5 inches in front, hands underneath your shoulders. You are rotating your hips to engage that core, squeeze your glutes. You're not up here for a plank, okay? And you're not down here. Right here, keep everything in tight. You can have your feet down if you want. I like mine up, I don't know why. Keep going for me. Keep going, keep pushing. Don't let your hips swing. Widen that base. 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Now grab a weight. You have weighted reverse crunch. You're coming down for a reverse crunch. Just to show you, you're gonna hold the weight up here though, okay? Reverse crunch, in, tap, okay? You're tapping your toes, pulling in, keeping that 90-degree bend, all right? We go in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna show, then I will talk through form, I will talk through modification. All right, so let me talk through some real quick, okay? Now, as far as form, rotate your hips and make sure that your low back is flat against the ground, okay? You should not be able to put your hand underneath your back. If lifting the weight, which it should be above your chest, not above your face, if that is causing your low back to pop up, lose the weight. I don't want you to use it. When you're doing this move, if you notice, oh, right there, man, my low back pops off of the ground, then I want you to lose the weight. You're coming down, hands underneath your glutes, and you're gonna do one at a time. All right, 90, 90, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and lose the weight. You're not gonna use it for this one. You have a walk up and a lower. All you're gonna do, extend your legs. You're walking up. All right, low back stays flat, lower. Join me right now. Right now. I'm gonna talk through modification. Modification, hands underneath your glutes, and you're right here. All right, there you go. There you go. Lower. Now, again, you're keeping your low back flat against the ground. So rotate your hips, press that low back down, draw your belly button back. It's not sucking in, okay? You're not sucking in. You're just drawing your belly button back as if you're bracing for somebody to come punch you, which I hope nobody ever does, okay? But you're flexing, okay? That's what you're trying to do. So do that. If you are lowering and you notice, oh, right here, I'm lowering and my back's popping up, stop here, okay? Start here for your walk, stop here for your walk. 3, 2, 1, relax. That was round 1. See, very quick, very simple, very easy. Round 2, I'm gonna talk you through it, okay? You are gonna need your weight for the first 2. Very, very similar to move 1 is we have a plank push, okay? So you're coming into that high again, right here, push, pull back, push, pull back, all right? Now, you wanna make sure that you are switching off of which hand pushes, which hand pulls, okay? You wanna make sure that both are giving the same amount of work. Then we're gonna have a Russian twist. You are gonna use your weight for that as well, okay? Then we're gonna have a full body extension. Don't worry, I will talk you through these moves. I'll give you modification. I'll show you everything, all right? We have less than 20 seconds. Grab your weight, figure out what you're gonna want. If you need an additional weight for the Russian twist, have that ready as well, okay? Come into that high plank for me, all right? Hands underneath your shoulders. Try and squeeze your thighs together, okay? Really zip them up, okay? That's gonna help you engage your glutes a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, there we go. Now, if you're modifying, guess what? You are back on your knees right here, but you're still engaging. Now make sure that your hips aren't rotating, okay? Make sure that you are engaging everything and keeping it in super tight, okay? If you need to, widen the base with your feet, all right? That's there to help you out. You guys have 15 more seconds, okay? So I'm gonna talk through exercise too, okay? Keep going for me, I'll tell you when to relax, okay? Russian twist is coming up. You're gonna place your hands in front of your knees, extend back into a V position. 2, 1, relax. What I mean by that, make sure that your back is completely flat, just like this, all right? Lift up with your weight, side to side, okay? Modification, heels will stay on the ground. Grab your weight for me. 3, 2, 1, lift up. I cross my ankles, let's go, let's go. You don't have to, okay? If you want to advance this move, I want you to extend your legs straight out. But here's the thing, okay? I want you to make sure that you never round your back and you never start to arch and that you don't come down here, okay? You want to keep that nice V position, all right? If you need to, you're modifying by dropping your heels, okay? But when your heels are on the ground, you still maintain that V-sit position, okay? You're not breaking out of it. And your heels aren't there to take the weight. They're there just to help give you some stability, okay? So keep going, side to side, side to side. 3, 2, 1, awesome job. Now we have full body extension. So come on, lay down with me. Full body extension. You're laying out fully extended, right? Sometimes this can also be called a full body crunch. It's up to you. All you're doing, swinging your arms around, not over. You're coming in right here. Join me right now. There you go. There you go. Now, modification. You have a couple different ones, okay? You can either bring your heels up, very similar to the V-sit. They're just there to give you stability, and you're limiting that crunch, all right? Or you can go ahead, place your hands underneath your glutes, extend out, pull in. Just right there, okay? Completely okay to do. Make sure that your low back, when you're on the ground, stays on the ground, all right? Now, make sure that as you guys are coming up, you're never bringing your chin to your chest. Always have a gaze on the ceiling or something above you, all right? Make sure that you're looking up and at an angle. 3, 2, 1, relax. Last round is coming up, all right? Now this round is your push. So these are our complex moves, okay? You do not need any weight for it, so please go ahead and get it out of the way for me. Now, for this move, move 1 is a bear, move 2 is a plank, but they have 2 different variations to them, okay? Move 1, we are doing a modified bear to a full bear 4 times, then we're staying in a full bear, and we're gonna do knee drives 4 times, and you keep repeating that for the full 60 seconds, all right? Then we're gonna do a plank, same thing with the plank, all right? Modify full, 4, then you're gonna do hip twist. The hip twist is honestly a hip dip for a normal plank, but you're just doing it from a high plank, so it looks more like twisting, okay? Let me show you the bear. All right, we have 15 seconds. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. For a bear, your gaze is right in front of your hands, all right? 3 to 5 inches in front. You're lifting your knees up slightly, okay? That's it. Just a couple of inches off the ground. We go in 3, 2, 1. Join me here. Down, up, down. Now, notice I'm not rounding or arching my back. You probably will feel this a lot in your legs, okay? That's okay. Engage your core. Squeeze, draw that belly button back, okay? Flex, flex, flex. You're doing 4 of those. Then you're holding 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And stay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to modify, stay here, okay? You'll stay here. Drive. Drive. All right. You're doing so good. I promise. You have 15 seconds left. Then I want you to go to a modified high plank, okay? Modified high plank. Hands underneath your shoulders. All right. Right here. You're still gonna squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your core. Join me right now, switch. You're gonna place your toes down, lift. Notice how my back does not arch, all right? I'm not dropping my hips, I'm not sticking my butt up. Everything, I'm still squeezing my thighs together. I'm still squeezing my glutes. Do 4, and then you're gonna stay up. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you do it, since you're higher up, I want you, if you have control, to do it with a little bit more, not flair, what's the word I'm looking for? Do it a little bit more exaggerated, all right? Meaning, try and see if you can really twist, but only if you're able to really engage that core and pull it back up, okay? If you start to notice your low back is dripping, it's dropping and it's arching, meaning your hips are going down or your butt's going up, then I want you to limit and do smaller motions. All right, 3, 2, 1. There you go. You're all done. You did so good. All right, now sometimes you will have a cool down after these, sometimes you won't. For this one, we're not gonna do a cool down, okay? So please feel free to do one at home, or if you're going to go straight into a workout, go ahead and do the cool down at the end of that workout as well. I hope that this nice, short workout was enough to engage your core for you just a little bit. All right, there are live classes that are all about core power. These live classes are extended, so you're gonna be doing longer versions of just core work, all right? And in most of my programs, there's usually 1 or 2 workouts that solely focus on core work, okay? So those are gonna be longer than this as well. So feel free to check any of those out too if you want that. These are just supposed to be supplementary, there for you if you want a little extra, all right? With that being said, thank you for coming to Core Power, for doing the first workout, and I will see you soon in some workout, I hope, and I hope that you have an amazing day.